Hello everyone, welcome to Review Junction with your amazing host, me. Last week, Kyle reviewed The Phantom Menace, which by the way you should definitely check out after this. But anyway, now it's up to me to dive into Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. After being fed that cesspool of LucasArts shit, one could only cling for a new hope. So was it any good? Let's break this down. Upon the movie's opening, the galaxy is on the brink of war. Tensions between the Galactic Republic and the Trade Federation only worsen when an assassination attempt is made on Senator Amidala. Fearing the worst, Obi-Wan Kenobi sets out to discover the mysterious assassin, which in turn leads him on a mission that unravels much more than he bargained for. Let's start. Once again, George shows us that he should not write. I know Star Wars is George's baby, but just because you get a baby doesn't mean you get to shake it to death. This script was a mess in almost all aspects. Almost every role had no character development. Dooku should have easily been one of the coolest villains in the Star Wars saga to date, and Obi-Wan was written in as a generic detective. The only two characters who were really developed were Anakin and Padme. Not only was their relationship unconvincing, the dialogue between both of them was laughably ridiculous. And to quote, "I think our lives are about to be destroyed anyway. I truly, deeply love you." What? I honestly have written better dialogue, and my dialogue is horseshit. Don't believe me? Ask Kyle.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Attack of the Clones surprisingly has a few saving grace moments, though. The action sequences are handled really well, and unlike in The Phantom Menace, they're much more prevalent here. Plus, the entire section of Anakin searching for and finding his mother are really powerful. It's almost as if one of George's yes men finally built up the courage to tell him that his dialogue needs a little bit of tuning. The cast for Star Wars Episode 2 is very similar to that of Episode 1. However, there are some notable changes. Obviously, the biggest change was with Anakin Skywalker. When it was first known that Jake Lloyd was finally gone and that he would be replaced, I could not have been happier. That is, of course, until Hayden Christensen appeared on the scene. Not only is his acting horrible, every time he had a romantic moment with Padme, I literally thought he was going to rape her. Seriously though, he is just downright creepy. There's no other way to put it. He is fucking creepy. And to make things even more weird, Padme goes along with it. Speaking of Padme, once again, Natalie Portman shows no dedication to her role. Thankfully, however, Obi-Wan, played by Ewan McGregor, was amazing. Not only that, but his acting talent has grown exponentially since The Phantom Menace. Even after George gave him that cliche detective story, he still managed to be the best thing about the movie. He's not only devilishly charming, but he truly felt like a mentor struggling to raise a young Padawan. Other characters such as Dooku, Jango Fett, Yoda, Mace Windu, R2, C-3PO, and so on were really entertaining. Unfortunately, these characters, while entertaining, were cast aside, and as a result, were underdeveloped. After battering George for the first 2/3 of this, you might be surprised what I have to say next. Almost every feature of the presentation felt perfect. The Blu-ray quality, which is great by the way, only adds to his world of Star Wars. Everything from the planets to the species of aliens to the costume design is amazing, feeling not only grand, but detailed. This is a feeling of epic proportion that lands in almost all of George's films that nearly none have been able to match. Add in John Williams' soundtrack, which is beautiful, menacing, and thrilling, and you have a galaxy that can fully engross any viewer, no matter how ridiculous the people in it are. So, there we have it. Star Wars Episode 2 was a beautiful movie to look at and listen to. Well, as long as you're only listening to music. While it doesn't come close to the standards set forth by the original trilogy, it does surpass The Phantom Menace. And it's for that reason that I give Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones a 6 out of 10.
That movie was our last hope.
No. There is another.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and share it on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. All the links for those can be found in the description below.
Also, don't forget to subscribe by hitting that big button over there. And while you're at it, why not click that email checkbox so that our videos don't get buried with all the other channels you're subscribed to. I'm Zack.
And I'm Kyle. And we're Battlefront Productions. Really? You mean the subscribe button bigger than us?
Well, it is prettier than this.